What's going on, y'all? It's your girl Shauna Speaks, and this is the Male and Female Perspective Podcast. And we have a dope show tonight with my dope co-host tonight, Jessica Ply.
Shauna.
What's going on, Ply?
Happy Taco Tuesday.
Happy Taco Tuesday. No tacos.
Let's get it.
Let's go.
Let's get it. I'm ready.
Let's go.
What's going on, my wonderful people? Welcome, my neighbors. This is the male and female perspective. I got my dope co-host right there, Shauna. Shauna. And look, I'm on a high right now.
He's starting already,
I'm on a high. Here it is.
We're in trouble.
Here it go. Thank you to everyone that has subscribed, that has liked, that has followed, that has shared, that has commented. Like, we definitely appreciate it. I implore every one of you, to keep doing so. Definitely want to, hear feedback, comment, give your perspective on the subjects that we're talking about. Like, we don't do it just for us. We're doing it for you guys too. So it'll be definitely good to, see some of those comments. What you think? No answer is a ignorant answer or wrong answer or anything. But if you may have a different perspective from us, or a different outlook, fix your face. We definitely encourage it. Like, definitely.
We do.
My co-host over there acting up. Don't take it literally. That's us just being us. We just act up every once in a while. So today,
singing in the background.
Today we got a pretty good topic that we got going on here. We're talking about bad math. The 50-50 and the 80-20, the bad math. And, that to me, it's just horrible math. That's just me. Like,
think it's horrible?
Yeah, horrible math. Horrible.
I don't know.
Just horrible.
Yeah, 1 plus 2 is 3.
How dare they? Who came up with that? So, for me, I hate hearing the term, we're going to do this 50-50. And the reason why I don't like the term of 50-50, that means that there's a 50% piece that you're holding out for what? Right?
Survival.
So if you only give 50% is it the expectation that the only thing that I can expect from you is 50%, and that's it. That's the highest you're gonna go, 50%. That sounds like roommate stuff right there. That doesn't sound like people in.
Said the R word. Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? That sound like roommate stuff. That don't sound like relationship. That sound like roomies. And are you roommates masquerading in a relationship?
He went deep, y'all. That was deep. That was very deep.
You know what I'm saying? Because I want people to just ponder, because you hear these things and it's like, okay, who you giving the under 50% to? If you ain't giving it to me, if you in here
yourself,
no.
Yeah.
No, you give 100% to yourself and you can give 100% to someone else?
How? That's zero.
What do you?
That's bad and crazy.
What are you saving?
If I got 100,
what are you saving?
If I got 100 and I give you 100, I'm left with zero.
That's not
Yeah,
necessarily true.
Yeah, you
That's
ain't a
not
good
necessarily
you ain't a
true.
good mathematician.
That ain't
Mm-mm.
necessarily true
If I
because
got
just
100, okay, here
so
go.
you can't be
When you was
100%.
in second grade,
Mm-hmm.
Shauna has 100 apples. She gives
Now we about
Comply
to do this.
100
We about to do.
apples. You interrupted me. Shauna has 100 apples,
Mm-hmm.
and she gives Comply 100 apples. How
Mm-hmm.
many apples does Shauna have?
100.
0. So ain't no way. Now
So Shauna may
Shauna
have
if
100
100
apples
apples
in the
and she gives
moment.
Comply 50 apples, how many apples does Shauna have? 50. How many apples does Comply have? 50. And together we make 100.
No,
Yes,
that's not true. Because
it is
the
true.
only thing, if
You put your 50
here's
in the middle and I put my 50. How many apples is that? 100. No,
so what if we need 200?
we go to the bank and borrow it.
So now we got to go in debt because you don't want to go ahead and get the other 50.
My 50 in the bank account.
The exasperation y'all see on my face, it's real. This is
My
not
part
a,
is tired of me, y'all. You about to beat me?
this.
No, seriously. Okay.
So what
Okay.
I'm
You can finish your thought.
what I'm speaking of though
Mm-hmm.
is not necessarily um it's not necessarily the 50 the traditional 50%, 50 plus 50 to equal 100. No, I mean it as in we're in a relationship together.
Mm-hmm.
So then if we're in a relationship together, we should be working 100% for the completion of whatever goal that may be, whatever our end goal is. We
Yeah,
need to be given 100% to one another in regards to that, right?
I agree.
Whether that may be, uh, a marriage or a long-term marriage, or whether it's a relationship or whatever that
Mm-hmm.
is, whatever that looks like, we should be giving each other 100%. What I don't understand is the 50-50 thing, because to me the 50-50 thing means that we're like I just said, we're in this, but we're not all the way in. We're not fully vested. You get what I'm saying? It's
Well,
like we're not fully vested in each other. And the only way that you can be fully vested in something has got to be 100%. Like you're not fully vested at 50%.
well, I agree. So this is my twofold. I'm 50% when it comes to the financial part. I do
Mm-hmm.
agree with the 100% of each other, because obviously that's what it is. For me, I give 90 because I need 10% for sanity. That's mine.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm giving you 90, but I got to keep 10% for myself. So I'm giving you 90, but 10% I'm keeping. When it comes to the financial aspects of the 50-50, I do believe it goes household to household, whatever the man
Mm-hmm.
and wife decide. For me, growing up, I saw 100% of financial responsibility on my grandfather. My
Mm-hmm.
father wasn't there, so I can't really speak for what he did, because he wasn't in our lives. But my grandfather was. That was my dad.
Mm-hmm.
This man went to work every day, getting up at 4:00, had to be work at 5, and he would lift me up, put me in the bed with my grandmother in his wet, sweaty spot, because he sweat all night, and just put me there to be next to my grandmother. That was his thing. He gave me a kiss. He laid me next to my grandmother, and he went out the door.
Mm-hmm.
And in 1983, my warrior, the strongest man I know, had a stroke.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole household went to because he was 100% the breadwinner. My
Right.
grandmother was 100% the homemaker.
Mm-hmm.
So now you got 100% financial responsibility on one person and 100% of the homemaker. The homemaker's not making any money.
Mm-hmm.
She's keeping the house. How can she keep a house if there's nothing coming in? So I saw my grandmother now have to walk around here and try to figure out how to live life and take care of her ailing husband, and now go get assistance, Social Security, because now he's disabled, so he's entitled to that. Back then, he worked for the New York soda company, or New York seltzer water company, and I just saw it go downhill. So for me, I never want that much responsibility on the man that I'm with and love. I don't have nothing. I have nothing to do with submitting. I have nothing to do with him having that type of control over the house or nothing like that. But I have a problem with me having to take care, and I'm not equipped to do it. And I don't want my husband to stroke out or get sick or be alien, and now I'm the homemaker, but now I got to figure out how to work, and 20 years I ain't work, or now it's too late, I'm too old to go into the working field. My grandmother couldn't go to work. She was in her 70s.
Right.
Now everything that we used to have is minimal. Food stamps, maybe $100, $200 every month of assistance, and then whatever he got, and then she got Social Security, and then when he passed away, unfortunately, we didn't have enough to really bury him. And then, back then, funerals. So for me, I could give you 190% of myself as a woman to the relationship, but I would never put that 100% responsibility on my husband, nor do I want him to take it over, and then God forbid something happened and I got to jump in and now do what he did. But I feel like if we did take whatever bills I could pay, whether you want to take me little bills and I take the minor, you take the major, I just don't want that whole work and responsibility on my husband, and I would never be okay with it because of what I saw my grandfather, and that was the pillar of my foundation of what a man was and is in household.
Right.
So that was what I was taught, and I'll never forget that, to see this man strong and then go to work and just wilting away in the bed. Everything he was stood for, it was lost in just a couple of seconds of having a CVA, a stroke. So that's just my thing. So I do agree with you with the 50% of in a relationship, you should give more. But when it comes to the household, I think it's predicated on the two individuals and how they want to run it. But I will never be okay with my husband being the whole 100% breadwinner, unless we millionaires or something like that, which it ain't gonna matter. But if we're in our life right now with this economy, yeah, absolutely not. Especially what y'all men go through.
Yeah, so I wouldn't. When I say 100%, it's not about just the financial aspect of it. Right. When I say 100%, I mean not just fiscal, not just physical, but also mental, also emotionally, also spiritually. You know Absolutely. What I mean? Like, cause all of those things do add up. You know what I mean? So I get what you mean in regards to the financial the financial burden, and I can definitely understand that. And I'm always for whatever money whatever money that you make is yours. You know what I mean? And how you choose to do with that is your option. Like like I don't think that should be a problem. Like if you make enough money, then okay, you know what, wherever the money needs to go in order to pay the bills, it's whatever, and then whatever you want to do after that, it's totally entirely upon yourself. You know what I mean? Like I don't believe in financial dictatorship or financial manipulation in that particular regard, but I can understand where you're coming from in regards to the fact that your experience was seeing the bedrock of your household, become weakened, and then how it impacted the entire household once that happened. So I can get that. With that in mind, though, there's also the 80-20 rule.
Yeah, that's another one. Yep.
Now, you want to speak on that one?
So according to Google, it says the 80-20 rule in relationships, also known as the Pareto principle, states that a healthy relationship can only fulfill about 80% of a person's needs and wants, with the remaining 20% needing to be met by the individual. And the rule can be interpreted in a few ways. It can go with spending time with yourself, like devoting 80% of one's time to a relationship while still having 20% of time to pursue personal interests, which I agree with. Having time apart, spending 24 out of 7 together can lead to resentment and lack of conversations. So some say it's important to have time apart. The 80-20 rule also is to remind yourself that 80% of things are good. Then you can let go of the other 20, which I kind of agree. Like if you find 80% of everything you want in your mate and maybe 20% is not met, but then on the flip side is that 20% deal breakers versus the 80% is doable. Like if you got 20% worth of deal breakers, is that enough to end this relationship if you think this person is your person? What do you think?
That's a good question. For me, it would depend on what that 20% comprises of, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because if a part of the 20% is that you are going to be faithful, you know what I mean? Like if that's going to be,
Right.
we done,
Yeah.
we good. You know what I mean?
Goodbye.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that's the only thing to me. That's the only thing for me is the unforgivable.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else I can work with, handle, address.
Yeah.
Try to move through, give you grace in regards to everything else. You know what I mean? Well, almost anything else, because the only other thing that I can think of is, being disrespected.
Yeah, that's a big
Like
one for y'all.
I
Yeah.
can't. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't deal with that. You know what I
I
mean? Like
agree.
you're not going to disrespect me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
those
definitely.
two things are probably the only two things that I know of that would be complete. So if that's a part of your 20%,
Mm-hmm.
or yeah, then you know what? Yeah, I'm good on that. But outside of that, like why not? Like, and I think that a lot of people get greedy and they'll
Mm-hmm.
sacrifice the 80
For the 20?
for the 20.
So you mean sacrifice the 80%, and so what? So
That is
20, oh, so
good.
you're trying to say 20% is good, but the 80 is bad. Like
No,
like
I'm saying the
because
80
that be in reverse.
is, yeah, the 80 is what you have that is
Mm-hmm.
great,
Mm-hmm.
right? That's meeting every need that you got. That's the
Yeah.
80.
Okay.
Meeting every need. The 20 is what what's lacking in your
Mm-hmm.
relationship, right? And there are some people that because they're greedy,
Mm-hmm.
they'll seek the 20% that they're not getting and
Mm-hmm.
sacrifice that 80% that they have already in hand.
I mean, but like you said, can it possibly be some things that absolutely is a deal breaker that's a part of that 20? So are you really sacrificing the 80 if there's some things that you just can't overlook? I mean, because at the end of the day, we are separate until we become one, right? So you
Mm-hmm.
have, and this is the mature, right? Not the emotional. The
Mm-hmm.
mature person says that you have every right in your life to have everything that you deserve. That's your right, right? That's your tax paying right to have everything that you deserve in a relationship for yourself if you have done the work. I think it's selfish if you don't sacrifice the 80 and then then unhappy if this 20 shows up more than the 80. Because that could be a thing, right? You could absolutely, she could do this, she could do that, she does this, she does that, but then she doesn't do this. But then you only see the 80 more, but then this 20% is nagging at you. So is it really a sacrifice, or is it that highlighted that you just can't overlook the 20 that's showing itself?
So then the question becomes, is the 20 that you seeking, is it better than the 80 that you're getting? Like, so is the 20 that you're seeking, that because you're not going to ever get 100%, from, according to that theory. You're never
According
going to
to
get
that theory.
100%.
Yeah.
According to that theory, you're never going to get 100%. Um, I'm I'm humble enough to believe that, you know what, like 80 is a fair number.
It is.
80 is a majority of everything that I could possibly want. And so if you're hitting mark after mark after mark, then you know what? I'm going to see value in you. You know what I mean? I'm going to see a certain amount of value in you. And that goes back to what we were saying. Who sets the value? Well, if you keep hitting these marks, if I have these benchmarks and you keep hitting them, then there may be certain things that, you know what, for somebody else, I wouldn't tolerate.
Right.
But because of the fact that it's you know what I mean? I may give you more grace because you know what? You hitting all these other different marks that, you know what? Your good outweighs your bad. But see, what happens
that 20%
is that
of cheating, though, according to you.
Well, now cheating is a completely different other thing because cheating usually leads with lying and all that other stuff like that. And then consider like there's a whole jumble of stuff that comes with that cheating thing. Like usually people aren't just cheating and be like, well, I was out with so and so last night and we were smacking bellies at the end of the night. Like that's not the conversation.
But I'm just saying, I play devil's advocate. I'm saying because it could be everything. All right, so how about you have suppose? So this is I see, and a flip side. Remember I had said the 20-80 rule, but I also look at that too because there are a lot of people that's in relationships that love this 20, and 80% is effed up. And
right, and guess what's going to wind up happening? They're going to search or they're going to find that 80%. They're going to look for that 80% in somebody else.
They either try to find it or they stay and be miserable. And now the person that only gave you 20% has to suffer because you was too selfish to let go. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to stand on, and I realize this as being understanding that I always was a people pleaser. Right, always putting my feelings and what I need and what's important to me in the background to appease somebody else because this person absolutely wanted to be with me or they wanted to work it out or I knew that they weren't completely what I needed, but because I was what they needed, then I felt obligated to stay. When you come out of that, it don't matter anymore because now you have to put yourself first. And I think once you start putting yourself first, you could flip that 80-20. And if one thing is not, if that 20% is getting on your nerve, you absolutely can forget about the 80. I get the rule. That's why it's called, that's why this is called bad equation because it's bad equation because that 20 can mess you up. And that 80 can may be enough until that 20 shows his face. Right? Because you forget about it. You're like, you know what? He everything. He do this and wow, but he got a bad tooth.
But he'll never stay at home.
He'll never stay home.
Yo, now you got halitosis.
It's that bad tooth that he don't want to go get fixed. Now you dodging kisses and everything because he want to be all over your face. But he everything you want except that one little decay.
You're doing kung fu moves because he trying to kiss you.
He's like, and now his mind, he like, wow, she used to be so affectionate. So now he don't think is So now I got to tell him, or did I tell him? And then here go. That's a hard question to tell somebody. Hey, your breath stink, right? But I'm just giving. I'm giving something comical, but something like that can make it, what's the word I'm looking for? Snowball out of control. Yeah. Because you
can kindly slide over them Altoids if you want to.
They don't work.
That's bad guts right there. That's bad guts. That ain't the two.
No, that's could be one. You're like, hey, babe, I'm going to the dentist. You want to go to the dentist with me?
You
over the Altoid. Nah, I don't need one. You go, you sure you don't want one?
Are you certain about that?
You got gum, Mentos, all on next to his bed, and he ain't picking up nothing.
It'd be like SpongeBob. Are you sure? You're sure?
Are you sure? I'm just saying, like there's little things that can add. You could go and say I do to 80, but then little 20 come out the gremlin box at 12 o'clock when that waterfall. And now you send up there, and now sometimes that 20 don't even matter. So that's why I said it's bad, and we call it bad equation, because it don't add up. Because you was happy with 80 at first. But sometimes, little gizmo
Get wet.
get wet. Now you sitting in the kitchen wondering why. Where did this person come from?
With the little gremlin, they got the lipstick on.
Right, chilling, sitting there, wait for you to come to bed. What? You like, nah, I'm gonna sleep on the couch today. Why you wanna come in here? Oh my God. What's wrong with you? You don't want nothing tonight?
She sounds strong like that though.
Because she mad, that's why. You ain't even know. You ain't even know that she ain't been smoking cigarettes around you for years. Now she puffing cigarettes. She smoking Black and Miles.
What's going on in your throat? What's in your throat?
What? You gonna tell me you gonna deal with that? It ain't no way. That 20% can mess you up. That 20% can mess you up. I think the 50-50 can be built, right? Because I think some people come in with 50-50, like you're talking about the spiritual, the emotional side of it, out of fear, right? I gotta hold on to something. I gotta, because I can't, relinquish everything. I gotta hold on to something. Mm-hmm. But then you can build, okay, I'm gonna give them 60, okay, 70. And then you get to that 80 and I'm holding 20. But my theory is I want to give you 90 and I'll keep 10. Mm-hmm. Right? Because I'm hoping that 10 that I did hold or that I didn't wasn't able to give is not enough for you to not be happy.
Right.
Right. But I just think that sometimes I've been somewhere where that 20% showed up and it was like, wow, this is a lot. Mm-hmm. And I may be shallow, but I wasn't able to overlook it. And then when I went, that. So yeah.
I can
what do you think about
especially
that?
If the 20% that you're lacking is something that is like something that is like really near and dear to you, like quality time. You know what I mean?
Right. If that's your love language, yeah, absolutely.
Your love language is quality time, and the 20 that person is lacking is quality time. Like they're never around; they're always gone. Then I can understand that how you know what. Well, maybe you may be reevaluating that 80% because okay, you pay bills. I'm in a nice financial, but then the question becomes, if the quality time isn't there, are you really getting 80%? Because then you're not getting emotionally catered to. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I'm affectionate.
Because you're in your right.
Yeah.
Because of that quality time leads to other things, and that's the reason why you're missing it. And so, is it really 80% at that particular point?
That's what I'm saying. So we stand on what we're saying, like that it's bad equation. Because I've with somebody, my ex was a provider, worked everything that I thought that I wanted at that time in a relationship. Even though we were going down the mile to the aisle, whatever. And there was a lot of nights.
Not you saying walking the green mile.
No, walking down the aisle.
Oh, okay. I thought you said the green mile.
I said we about to take the mile down the aisle.
Okay, got you.
Not the green mile, Lord, no. Not John Coffee. Like the drink is spelled
like
different.
the street, only not spelled the same.
And he wasn't affectionate. Only when he wanted something. And it was the saddest thing. And the difference is because I was holding on to that 80. Right? But I was miserable without that 20. And sometimes, how about this? How about maybe we don't reorder our absolutes in the right order? How about we're filling the 20, but we're not paying attention to the absolutes that we don't want to deal in, and we get a little bit of the prerequisites over here, but our major ain't being fulfilled.
Right.
How about that? How about what we think is 80 and it's enough, but then we're realizing that some of the ones that the 20 should be really a part of the 80 and we don't have it. So now we should take out something that and put it over here in the 20 that's not as important as the thing that's put 80. And I think a lot of people do that is that they get sideswiped and love bomb into the 80 and forget about the major part of that 80. Because sometimes the things might be minor. A minor.
I gotta ask a question though.
Again.
You know, this is my question, Sean, today.
Yeah, you've been on me. It's all right.
What does love bombing mean? I've heard that phrase used, but what does that mean? Like,
okay, so it's like a manipulative tactic. Okay. I'll say most men because I can't speak for the women. I'm sure but men, it's the like we said, grand rising queen. You texting me in the morning, you're texting me at work, you're texting me at night, you saying little sweet things. How's your day going? I was thinking about you. I could see myself with you. I feel like I've known you for all this time. You buttering me up. Okay. It's basically buttering me up to get me to not see that 20 that I need. So you sideswiping me with all the things that my big mouth women done told you I like, need, and do. So now you're gonna be that. You're going to call me. You're going to be affectionate. You're going to say little cute things to me. You're going to tell me that I know I've only been talking to you for a week, but I feel like I've known you for a long time. You're going to play on my nurturing. You're going to play on my heartstrings. That's what love bombing is. So it's basically manipulating me for me not to see the representative. When the representative disappear, I'm already in love and head over heels with all your talk.
Okay.
So that's what love bombing is.
What's the difference between love bombing and pursuing?
So pursuing, I'm hoping that you are pursuing with a cause, without deceit and without lying. Like I'm pursuing you.
So the love bombing is with lying, like
right, like you're
pretty
not
much
really,
conjecture.
Yeah, like you don't mean what you're saying. You're trying to get me. Okay, you know who does love bombing? The man that's real controlling. So he'll start off like, hey, I called you last night. You didn't answer the phone. Oh yeah, I was out with friends. Oh, okay, 'cause I was just worried. Oh my God, girl. Oh, he was worried. But in reality, he was checking up on you. Gotcha. Then it happens again. Gotcha. So now now in your mind, oh girl, he called me because he was worried. Call you again at nighttime. Now you ain't answering his phone calls on the third ring. Now he's getting a little more aggressive because now he done love bombed you into thinking that he's so overprotected in a good way, but in reality he's controlling. He's toxic.
Gotcha.
So love bombing is that manipulative way of saying all the stuff so fast within weeks of knowing somebody to get them in a place you want them before, so they can't really see the real you or get to what you really want. Kind of like we were talking about in the last podcast about, the ulterior motive of getting, you're so beautiful. It's like lies mixed with a end goal.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, but I'm going to get because that's my life coach definition, but I'm going to give you what they say is the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So it says, according to psychology, love bombing is an attempt to influence another person with over-the-top displays of attention and affection.
Okay.
The kind of behavior is a form of emotional abuse, and although it can be experienced during any stage of relationship, it is often seen in the early stages, to pursue or to constantly violate the uninterested character boundaries, and they fall in love and decide to be together. However, the unrealistic depiction of a relationship is actually a story of love bombing and how it manifests in real life. So, like I said, it's just overly emotional affection to get that person, to be where you want them to be, basically.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's a form of manipulation and abuse, and a lot of women. And now that I thought about it, I'm like, dang. So that's what that was all them in the beginning of the conversations. Because I had a guy when I started dating online. This is when I started, COVID was over, so you just wanted to talk to somebody, and I had was online, and the guy came, but I was like, you crazy, because he was like, yeah, I'm looking for my wife, and I saw your picture, and you're beautiful. He was going in. I mean, going in, and I'm on the phone like this. Like, you only been talking to me for...
So that's no longer thirsty, or that's love bombing.
Oh, he thirsty, and he was trying to love bomb.
Gotcha.
So he was going in. He was like, yeah. And I said, oh, okay. He's like, yeah, I got this. I got a house. Like, you know, and I do this. And I see that you do this. And we could be a great couple. And, you know, I talk to you and calling me every night, everything. You going in. He was laying it on thick.
Mm.
And then one day he said, I really want us to be together. Now, we ain't meet yet. We haven't even met. I really want us, you know, I think, you know, that we should, you know, really be together. And I'm going to, I'm gonna deactivate my page today, and I want you to deactivate yours.
Wow.
I said you could deactivate your page. Yeah, I said you could deactivate your page. I said, but I'm not gonna deactivate my page yet. I said there's no need for me. Oh, but I'm telling you that. I said, okay, you can tell me what you want to. So it started out sweet. It started out very loving, but it was controlling, and then he went into that controlling. You deactivate your page, so I can't see you still be on there. No, sir. And now I'm difficult because I didn't do what he wanted me to do. So imagine him doing that to other women. That's not as voicious. Now I'm aggressive for standing up for you, not trying to overpower me. So that.
Got you.
Yeah. Yep.
I got you. So I would say then that on a thin line between love and hate, Martin love bombed Lynn Whitfield.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is that correct?
He played on her vulnerability. He knew that she was successful. She knew that she liked him more. She was, and then she started love bombing him with gifts. So she manipulated him too by giving him these expensive gifts so that he couldn't say no to what she was doing. So they kind of both manipulated each other. But in reality, when he made the mistake was that he was feeling her, but wasn't feeling her. You know, he had it for old girl. And then he lied.
Brandy.
Like we were talking about, what we were talking about before about lying to get what you want. And then she said, do you want me? He like, I want you. He was like, do you need me? He like, oh, how I need you. And then she said, do I love you? Do you love me?
Do you love me? And he said,
paused.
yeah, I love you. He paused, but
and then he said it, and then
took that extra step. He knew it.
And guess what happened? And remember, she was yearning for that. And as soon as she said it, her whole guard just let out a sigh, like, yes, that's how if women are not cared for, they're not in a healing or they're in protective mode. That's what can happen. Yep. Right. So you all right over there?
I don't know what the. Sir, you know what? You don't need lights.
You want me to match your energy?
You know what I'm saying?
We doing lights? Okay. We're not doing lights, y'all. Okay. We are spooky.
Than a mug, you know?
We are spooky, y'all. Yeah, but
just
having technical difficulties as always. We're going to laugh back at these. We glad that you rocking out with our ghetto podcast.
You know?
No, we just two friends sitting around talking, you know, and happy that y'all are here to join us. My partner didn't pay his light bill, so it's like,
you know what I'm saying? They turned off everything but the microphone. They turned off everything but the microphone.
They turned off his one USB light.
Right.
Got a separate bill for that.
So you know what? We got you.
A separate bill for that.
We got you. All right. So then,
okay, there you go. All right.
I'll work on the ring or whatever later on.
You and your soul glow light.
You know what I'm saying? Just never mind.
Soul glow. I'm over here light bright with you.
You know?
Hold on, let me see. Can I match your energy? All right, there you go. All right, we matching because I can't have you out here by yourself. I can't have you by yourself. Don't turn that light back on. I don't fix it. We'll be together.
Me and you us never part, you know?
Yeah, that's it. But yeah, I definitely think I definitely think the equation is off. And I don't think I think everybody has their own equations. 50-50, 80-20, 70-30, 60-40. I think it's what's important to you is whatever your equation should be. So I think it's not necessarily a bad equation. I just think that you and your partner has to come up with the equation that fits you.
That's for you.
Yeah. But good.
I agree. I agree 1,000% with that, and that's why I said it's bad math because what may work for one may not work for the other.
That's
You know
right.
what I mean? Like 50-50 won't work for me because I'm gonna feel like I'm cheating you, and I feel like you cheating me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's just what it's going to be because at any given day or whatever, like I'm going to be more. I'm going to be more than half capacity, right?
Yeah.
And for me, I can do two things at one time. I can tend to me and tend to you at the same time. Like, you know what I mean? I don't have to be okay. Well, this is going to be when I'm dealing with me, then I completely forget or exclude you. You know what I mean? Like those we can mesh the two. And so that's where my thought process goes in regards to. Well, I think that there's a lot of conversations that's being held where it's like, well, if I'm tending to you, I can't tend to me. No, that's not true. You could do both at the same time. You know what I mean?
But that's an emotionally unavailable part that plays a part in relationships where men and women are just emotionally unavailable and we don't catch it. It's either I'm busy or I couldn't call or I was so slummed with work that I just forgot or I fell asleep. No. No, because like you said, if you want me, you want me, and you're gonna make sure I never forget.
And you're gonna make sure I know.
That's right.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so that's all that excuse stuff. Yeah, we're not doing that. We're definitely not doing that. I believe that. No, okay, I'm sorry.
No, you got it. Because I'm just agreeing with you.
Yeah, I just believe like we're older now and we're in our 40s and it's time to date with purpose and on purpose.
Right.
I think maybe I'm leading a little more to the modern when it comes to being a woman, being in your place. You say you're like, oh, you're a woman, you don't approach men. I told you I was a little deer jumping in the lion mouth. I didn't know better. I got bitten. I lost a couple of limbs. Little Bambi. But because you didn't know. You was like, okay, you like somebody, you like them. You told them how you felt. Nobody taught me where you could say little gestures or do little things to let a man know like you feeling him or he like shorty feeling me, whatever. So you get to learn that by through older women or married women or watching women that hold themselves at a different type of caliber to pick up on stuff that works and don't work. But we're not taught that, so you don't know. You're like, oh well, I mean, I like you. You looking at me, I'm looking at you. What's up?
What's up? Right. Right.
Until you pick the book up, maybe he's just not that into you, and you read it. You're like, well, dang. Okay, you ain't had to say it like that. That's an excellent book, by the way. They made a movie about it, but it's actually a book. Yeah, and one of my friends had bought it for me. I don't know what she was trying to say, but I appreciated it because I wouldn't have never got it myself. But she was a 304. But anyway, I read it, and it was a good book. It was really a good book. It was the YT side, but I believe when I watch videos, I realize that men are men, regardless of race or of race, because they go through the same stuff. It's just that they don't expose their women like how we expose our women on our side. That's the only difference. Like, you got to watch a movie or come through some type of clip where it's shown, but on the flip side, they're not no YT podcast on lives that's talking about why the women they don't do that. I don't care. They protect their people. And but the book was really very informative, and it gave me that's when I stopped being direct with guys that I liked or was interested in. So I did the little laughing and joking, whatever you're supposed to do. I still don't know. I still get it wrong. I don't know. And the subtle. I still get it wrong. But then I heard guys saying, well, if you like me, you say something. So it's like a mix. So some men like to be approached, and there's some guys. So guess what? I don't know which one to do, so I don't do nothing. Because I don't know.
Sit there and look at him.
I do. Right. Why she blinking like that? Something in her eye? I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't know. I don't. Because I don't know.
She got a nervous switch over there.
Poking your lip out. smiling, keep touching his arm. Like, why you touching me? You don't know.
Why she
So I don't
sitting over
know.
there with the duck lips just for no reason?
Right. You say something like, it's cold outside. Yeah, it is. Like, what she like? You all right?
What the hell? Hey, she crazy.
What she laughing for? So I just stay in my little lane. I'm scared. Like, look,
No.
I'll say this.
No.
You want me, come get me. I'm here. Because I don't know what to do. I don't know. Send me a text. Say hello. Look what you doing, big head. I don't know.
Hey, big head.
Grand Rising. Don't send me no Grand Rising. I don't know.
That's love bombing. Just so you know.
Right, that's love bombing 101. Yeah, don't do that. So I don't know. I'm out the date. I'm out the dating.
You go ahead like my boy over there in Montgomery, Alabama. Just throw your hat up in the air.
Right, dating unite. See if somebody see it. I'm gonna throw my pink fitted for Friday up in the air. See what happens.
Friday.
For Fitted Friday.
See if old boy swim across the pier.
Come get me, right? I can swim. I'll meet you halfway in the water. You ain't got to do it by yourself.
That's not how the story.
Oh, you're right. That's not how it goes. Okay, look, I told you. Okay, all right. I'll wait like a little damsel in distress.
You ain't supposed to throw the hat up
and then jump in the water. Oh. I was trying to help him because he might get tired. That boy was tired. He needed help. No,
right? Okay. Let him get
it. Okay. I'm messing up. See,
you're messing up. See,
I'll be sitting at the dock of the bay.
Right, watching the time roll
with my feet, my little big toe in the water.
Like go over this.
Can I help? Can I pull him up? Help him, or just I'm supposed to stand back and go? Oh my God, you're drowning! Oh no!
Right, if he gets swept away, he wasn't yours.
Oh wow, wow!
If he gets swept away,
not Jack from the Titanic. I don't know. She could have saved Jack.
She let Jack drown.
He froze a Jack and she didn't freeze. They're in the same water. She could have shared that little part of the table with him.
Right, because that little part of the table wasn't protecting her from freezing. Like
no, right, because her leg was in the water, but she but Jack died.
Right.
I don't like that story.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
I ain't like the whole story anyway, because there was so many different things that happened on that movie. I was just like,
and it was too long.
I was that would have been much shorter if it was a bunch. If it was a bunch of us, it'd have been much shorter, much shorter.
First of all, I wouldn't have been in the basement.
That part right there.
How about that? And I dang sure ain't playing the music as we going down.
As we going down.
If you don't give me that violin, I'm about to swim with it.
I'm a paddle with
You better give me that. You better give me that. That's my paddle. Get out of here.
Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna find some way to get this tuba to float.
Right. Sit in a tuba like this. I'm getting out of here. I don't care what you say.
Out of here.
What? I need one tuba. I'm about to put a bunch of food in there and put a fire to it and light it in the water. We is done. I ain't got no time.
We about to be up out of here.
They need to make a Titanic, the black version or something.
And it ain't gonna be the first song
called Tyrone.
Right. We much more innovative than that. Look, first signs of foolishness. All right.
Right.
What
Don't
was
let me
that?
walk past my room and feel a little drop. That was a drop from upstairs? Yeah, it's time to go.
Right.
It's time to go.
All right, we out.
Right, everybody go. Just grab your essentials, put it in the plastic bag. We out of here. Just can't do it.
I was talking to one of my friends about the movie Amityville Horror, where they went down in the basement and the house told the dude to get out. Yep, you right.
Yeah, you gotta go.
roll the credits.
Right.
Roll the credits.
Bye bye.
The movie over with.
The Shining.
We out.
Right. You writing stories, and the mirror gonna say red rum. Yeah. Okay. And your kid don't talk, but he talking today.
Your kid, he talking today.
With
and
red
you
rum.
seeing kids. Right. You seeing twins.
Twins. Right. And blood coming out of elevators. Okay. All right. And you typing the same words over. Yeah, it's time to go, sir. Ain't nobody in this hotel but you, your wife, and the little black butler. Mm-mm.
And as a matter of fact, if you don't want to leave, the wife should have been out with the kids. Like, okay,
sure, should have been. Right.
your behavior is your behavior is real strange.
Right. I'm out here making fruit cocktails for you, and you up here killing people. I gotta go.
You seeing dead people,
right.
You know,
whole ballroom chilling.
You bathing old women. come out the shower.
What? What? You turn around, you thought you was kissing a real... No, we not doing that.
I'd have been traumatized like shit. Like, I'd never
and you
kissed
still gonna
anything
stay
in
there?
my life.
What?
I'd never kissed anything else in my life.
I need therapy.
No, therapy ain't gonna be enough.
Oh,
like they gonna have to
go ahead
and they gonna have to sedate me quite often.
Oh man!
Like, you know, I'm coming here for my monthly sedation.
Man, look at him. He already out. Already he's sedating.
I need the good stuff.
You need the good stuff, right?
Just go ahead and hit me. Just go ahead. I'm gonna be like an addict. Go ahead and hit me one time.
Right, I can't believe it. Time you close your eyes, you're gonna see little chitlins. No, sir. No, ma'am. No ham. No.
I'm good. Yeah.
So do you ever find the words to let these people know about this bad equation we dealing with? Is 20, 80-20, and 50-50 really a bad equation, Comply?
It is.
Or it's up to interpretation.
It's dependent upon each individual person. Now, I can say for sure that 50-50 is a bad equation for me. Okay. You know what I mean? And 80-20 could be depending on what the 20 comprises of.
Yeah, 80-20 definitely is bad. 50-50 for me on one, financially, but 80-20 is definitely a bad equation for me.
Yeah. It depends on what that 20 comprises of, because like I said, if the 20 is, well, you have to be the 20 is that you cannot be faithful.
That's it.
You know what I mean? Like,
it ain't
that's the end of
part of it.
Yeah,
that's a requirement. Forget it. That can't be a part of the 80-20. No, that's a rule by itself. That's a golden rule.
Right. Right. Fidelity is necessary.
Yeah. So basically, y'all, let me tell you something. Date at your own risk. Date what you feel is when you and your maker come together and come to a general understanding of what is important for you to make the best relationship, the lasting relationship for you. Don't let nobody really tell you that you're wrong, whatever equation you decide. But what I will say is be true to your pet peeves, be true to your deal breakers, and watch out for red flags and love bombing.
And love bombing. Sometimes red flags can mean Six Flags.
And the ride ain't gonna be great. The ride is not gonna be great.
As always, it is a joy to be with you, to talk with you, to kick it with you.
Always.
My
You're
dope
stuck.
co-host, Shauna Speaks. This is Just Comply. This is the Male and Female Podcast, the Male and Female Perspective Podcast. Good night.
Good night, y'all.